Hi and welcome to this tutorial on Infor Syteline customers form, and today we will be seeing the payment history tab. Now here first we have the sales period to date field. Now you enter the domestic currency amount sold to the customer during this period, and the sales period to date amount only needs to be entered when initially setting up the customer. And to clear this field when changing from the current period to the next period, you can use the AR period year-end procedure form utility. Then you have the sales year to date. You enter the sales amount sold to the customer so far this year when initially setting up the customer. Again, to clear this field, you can use the AR period year-end procedure utility. And then you have the sales last year. You enter the domestic currency amount sold to this customer last year. Again, this amount is updated when you use the AR period year-end procedure. And then you have the discount allowance last year. You enter the domestic currency amount of the discounts and allowances given to this customer last year, and this amount is updated when you use the AR period year-end procedure utility. And you have the discount allowance year to date. You enter the domestic currency amount of the discounts and allowances given to this customer so far this year. This amount is automatically increased during payment posting. And then you have the last invoice date. The most recent date on which an invoice was posted will be displayed here. This field is automatically updated during the invoice posting. No entry is needed in this field. And this date is set the first time that invoices are posted. And then you have the last payment date. The most recent date that a payment transaction was posted displays here. Then you have the last finance charge date, the last time that the system calculated finance charges on the past due balance of the customer displays here. And then you have the last calculated date here. This field is updated with the last date on which both a payment was made by the customer and the average number of days outstanding was recalculated. And you have the last amount outstanding. This is the balance recorded. Records the last time the AR balance history utility was performed. So you have the AR balance history utility, and this updates this last amount outstanding. And you have to make sure that this field applies only to customers whose balance method is open item. So if it is if the balance method is for balance forward customers, these values will be 0. Then you have the number of periods averaged. The number of times the AR balance history utility has been performed will display here. Again, this field only applies to customers whose balance method is open item, and if they are balance forward customers, then these values will be 0. And you have the average balance outstanding here. Again, this is applicable only to those balance method customers who are open item. And you have here the largest balance outstanding. the largest monthly balance recorded during the AR balance history utility will display here. This field again is only for those customers whose balance method is open item. Then you have the last days outstanding. This is the number of days the customer last took to pay an invoice. So in this case he took 15 days, and again this is applicable only for open item customers. Then you have the largest days of outstanding. This is the greatest number of days the customer has ever taken to pay an invoice displays. In this case is 38, and again this is only for open item customers. And then you have the average days of outstanding, the average number of days outstanding, and this field again is only for open item customers. In our next video, we will look at corporate customer, taxes, revision pay, and CR.